In a development that has raised eyebrows across the political and defense landscapes, the Pentagon's decision to brief Elon Musk on potential military strategies regarding a conflict with China has ignited a firestorm of controversy. Scheduled for March 21, 2025, the briefing was intended to delve into the U.S. military's operational plans, but conflicting narratives from officials have only intensified scrutiny on Musk's expansive role as an informal advisor to President Trump and the implications of his business interests. Initial reports indicated that Musk would be privy to some of the military's most closely guarded secrets, which include details on how the U.S. would respond to a potential war with China. As outlined in a report by the New York Times, the briefing was set to cover operational plans, commonly referred to as OPLANs, detailing various strategies for engagement. Complete with 20 to 30 slides that encapsulate the United States military readiness against China. These plans are critical, as any leaked details could allow adversaries to bolster their defenses and undermine U.S. strategic advantages. However, shortly after the news broke, President Trump and Pentagon officials took to social media to refute the characterization of the meeting. How ridiculous! China will not even be mentioned or discussed, Trump asserted in a post, while Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth claimed the meeting was merely an informal discussion about innovation and efficiency. Musk himself added fuel to the fire, labeling the reports as propaganda and threatening legal action against those he accused of leaking maliciously false information. The ambiguity surrounding the meeting raises significant ethical questions. Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, has substantial financial interests in China, where his companies operate extensively. Critics argue that sharing sensitive military information with him creates inherent conflicts of interest, particularly as SpaceX has become a key contractor for the Pentagon, involved in launching military satellites and providing vital communications through its Starlink network. Adding to the complexity is Musk's dual role as a government advisor through the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE), which he leads. His influence has been notable in efforts to streamline government operations, but his access to strategic military information has sparked concerns about national security and transparency. Musk at a war planning briefing, questioned Todd Harrison, a defense strategy expert. Giving the CEO of one defense company unique access seems like this could be grounds for a contract protest and is a real conflict of interest. The Pentagon's operational planning has long been focused on countering China, reflecting a growing consensus on the need for increased readiness in the Indo-Pacific region. With significant investments in both advanced weapon systems and modernized defense strategies, the military's approach has evolved over decades, but it remains sensitive to any revelations that could compromise its effectiveness. As the situation unfolds, the Pentagon's decision to involve Musk in discussions about military strategy may reflect an attempt to leverage his innovative mindset in defense procurement. However, it also underscores the delicate balance that must be struck between national security and private enterprise, particularly when individuals like Musk have vested interests in both spheres. Looking ahead, the implications of this incident may prompt further scrutiny of the Trump administration's approach to integrating private sector leaders into national security discussions, with the potential for military conflicts on the horizon. The intersection of business interests and defense strategy will likely be a focal point for lawmakers and citizens alike as they seek to ensure that the nation's security remains uncompromised. In a significant legal development, the U.S. Social Security Administration (SSA) has found itself embroiled in controversy due to a recent court ruling that could threaten the agency's operations. A federal judge has issued a temporary restraining order against the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE) led by billionaire Elon Musk, effectively blocking its access to sensitive data within the SSA. This ruling has sparked concerns that the agency could halt its functions, potentially delaying payments to millions of beneficiaries. Acting Social Security Commissioner Leland Dudek expressed alarm over the ruling, stating that the order's broad language could inhibit any SSA employee's access to crucial data. The implications are severe, Dudek remarked, as the agency grapples with the fallout from this legal battle. The controversy stems from the Trump administration's aggressive push to eliminate waste and fraud within federal programs, with Musk suggesting that the SSA is rife with inefficiencies akin to a Ponzi scheme. However, U.S. District Judge Ellen Hollander labeled DOJ's efforts as a fishing expedition lacking sufficient justification, emphasizing that the agency's operations must adhere to legal standards designed to protect individuals' privacy. The court order not only prohibits DOJ's access to personally identifiable information but also mandates that any data previously collected must be deleted. Although the DOJ team can still access anonymized data, they must undergo training and background checks to ensure compliance with privacy laws. Hollander underscored the necessity of rooting out fraud and waste but cautioned against violating legal frameworks to achieve those ends. The lawsuit, initiated by labor unions, retirees and advocacy groups, highlights the apprehensions surrounding DOJ's activities. Critics argue that the agency's access to sensitive SSA data presents a substantial risk to information security. Lee Saunders, president of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, hailed the ruling as a major win for working people and retirees across the country. This legal setback for DOJ is compounded by an executive order issued by President Trump that seeks to facilitate information sharing across federal agencies and between state and federal governments. Experts warn that this order could further normalize the controversial practices employed by DOJ and lead to significant breaches of privacy rights. Elizabeth Laird, director at the Center for Democracy and Technology, cautioned that the administration's push to eliminate regulatory barriers could pave the way for misuse of data against vulnerable populations. The implications of these developments extend beyond the SSA. The Pentagon's Chief Digital and AI Office is also adapting to the changing landscape, navigating a hiring freeze imposed by the Trump administration amidst significant workforce reductions. Internal communications reveal efforts to secure exemptions for essential positions, demonstrating the far-reaching impact of the DOJ initiative on federal operations. As the legal challenges mount and the administration's directives continue to unfold, the future of the Social Security Administration and its ability to function effectively remains uncertain. The ongoing struggle between efficiency measures and the safeguarding of personal data underscores a critical tension within the current administration's approach to governance. Looking ahead, the outcomes of these legal battles and the administration's evolving policies will likely shape the contours of federal operations and data privacy in the coming months. Stakeholders from various sectors will be watching closely as these issues unfold, weighing the need for efficiency against the imperative of protecting individual rights in an increasingly complex governmental landscape. In a striking turn of events, Tesla has been ousted from the Vancouver International Auto Show due to escalating safety concerns linked to a series of violent attacks on the company's vehicles. The decision, confirmed by the show's organizers, comes amid growing unrest and public outrage directed at Tesla and its CEO Elon Musk. Executive Director Eric Nickel articulated the show's commitment to ensuring the safety of all attendees, stating the Vancouver Auto Show's primary concern is the safety of attendees, exhibitors, and staff. This decision will ensure all attendees can be solely focused on enjoying the many positive elements of the event. The backdrop to this decision is a wave of aggressive protests against Tesla, which have been labeled by both Musk and former President Donald Trump as instances of domestic terrorism. These protests, spurred by dissatisfaction with Musk's political affiliations and actions, including his collaboration with the Trump administration, have led to vandalism and violence across the country. In one notable incident, 34 Cybertrucks were damaged in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with vandals scrawling messages of disdain against Musk on the vehicles. This pattern of violence has raised alarms among law enforcement and experts alike. The FBI has launched investigations into attacks on Tesla dealerships where vehicles have been set ablaze and defaced with Nazi symbols. Such incidents, while not resulting in serious injuries, have created a climate of fear and intimidation that reflects deeper societal divisions. We're getting to another level of this kind of directed arson and violence, which has an intimidation effect, cautioned Brian Levin, a professor and expert on extremism. The escalating tensions have not gone unnoticed by federal authorities. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi has condemned the attacks, promising severe consequences for those involved and emphasizing that the Department of Justice is actively pursuing prosecutions. The legal ramifications for perpetrators can be severe, with charges potentially leading to significant prison sentences under federal laws governing conspiracy and malicious destruction. Amid the chaos, a website called Dogequest, which allegedly published personal information of Tesla owners in an attempt to intimidate them, has been taken down. Musk, in response to the violence, took to social media expressing disbelief at the coordinated nature of the attacks. He remarked, "Has there ever been such a level of coordinated violence against a peaceful company? This is extreme arson and destruction." However, the fallout extends beyond vandalism. With Tesla facing increased scrutiny and public backlash, its competitors are capitalizing on the situation. Polestar, a rival electric vehicle manufacturer, has launched a promotion targeting Tesla owners, offering up to $20,000 in discounts for those willing to switch brands. This move highlights the shifting landscape in the EV market, where loyalty may be tested as consumers respond to broader political and social dynamics. As Tesla grapples with these challenges, the situation serves as a stark reminder of the intersection between corporate identity, political affiliation, and consumer behavior. The ongoing protests and violence not only threaten Tesla's reputation but also point to a growing trend of politically motivated vandalism in the U.S. as the country navigates these divides. The implications for businesses caught in the crossfire remain unclear. Looking ahead, the future of Tesla and its market position remains uncertain. With competitors like Polestar actively seeking to attract disillusioned Tesla owners, the coming months may reveal whether the brand can rebound from this turbulent period or if it will continue to face challenges that threaten its standing in the electric vehicle market. The situation underscores a crucial question. As political climates shift, how will consumer sentiments evolve, and what will this mean for the future of electric vehicles in America? Elon Musk has once again set the stage for ambitious interplanetary exploration, announcing that SpaceX aims to launch an uncrewed Starship to Mars by the end of 2026. This bold assertion, made on the social media platform X, aligns with Musk's long-standing vision of making humanity a multiplanetary species. While he envisions that humans could potentially land on the Red Planet by 2029, Musk conceded that a more realistic target might be 2031. The Starship, touted as the world's most powerful launch vehicle, has a height of over 400 feet and is designed to support deep space expeditions. It includes a 232-foot Super Heavy rocket and a 171-foot upper stage vehicle intended to be fully reusable for efficient transport of cargo and people, not only to Earth's orbit but also beyond. However, the path to success has been fraught with challenges. Since its first uncrewed flight tests began in 2023, the Starship has experienced significant setbacks, including 2 catastrophic explosions during its recent demonstrations. These failures have raised questions about the feasibility of Musk's timeline. Despite these hurdles, SpaceX has demonstrated some progress. The rocket's booster has successfully returned to the launch pad twice, a maneuver that involves catching the booster with mechanical arms, colloquially known as chopsticks. This achievement underscores the company's commitment to refining its technology amid ongoing investigations by the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) into the recent mishaps. Musk's aspirations for Mars exploration might find renewed support under the administration of President Donald Trump, who has expressed a desire to prioritize space missions. Trump's vision appears to align closely with Musk's, potentially diverting resources and attention from NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return astronauts to the Moon before embarking on crewed missions to Mars. This shift in focus raises critical questions about the future of U.S. space exploration and its coordination with governmental objectives. As Musk pushes forward with his Mars plans, public opinion remains divided. Some view the ambitious timeline as optimistic given the track record of recent Starship tests, while others are inspired by the potential of human life beyond Earth. The stakes are high and the need for successful uncrewed missions will be paramount in establishing a sustainable human presence on Mars. In another noteworthy development, SpaceX recently achieved a significant milestone with the launch of its 450th Falcon 9 rocket. This mission, which carried a batch of satellites for the National Reconnaissance Office, marked a record turnaround time for the rocket's booster. The Falcon 9 continues to serve as a workhorse for SpaceX, demonstrating the company's growing capacity and reliability in the commercial spaceflight sector. As SpaceX navigates both criticism and acclaim, the company's future endeavors could redefine humanity's reach into the cosmos. With plans for Mars missions on the horizon, all eyes will be on how SpaceX tackles the challenges ahead and whether its goals can keep pace with the expectations set by Musk and the broader space community. The coming years promise to be pivotal in shaping the trajectory of space exploration and our understanding of what lies beyond our home planet. Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur known for his ventures with Tesla and SpaceX, is facing legal scrutiny yet again, this time from the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). The agency has issued a court summons to Musk concerning allegations that he failed to properly disclose his stake in Twitter, now rebranded as X, prior to his acquisition of the platform in 2022. This development arrives as Musk continues to navigate a complex legal landscape that intertwines his business dealings and public persona. The summons was reportedly delivered on March 14 at SpaceX's headquarters in Brownsville, Texas. According to a court filing, the process server encountered difficulties when 3 security guards refused to accept the legal documents. In a somewhat dramatic turn of events, the process server left the summons on the ground after being told he was trespassing, with the guards capturing the incident on camera. This unusual method of serving legal papers highlights the challenges surrounding direct interactions with high-profile figures like Musk. At the heart of the SEC's case is Musk's alleged failure to disclose his stock holdings in Twitter, which surpassed the 5% threshold that mandates public reporting. The SEC claims Musk delayed this disclosure by more than 10 days, a timing that ultimately allowed him to underpay for shares he purchased following his late reporting, amounting to an estimated loss of over $150 million for investors. The SEC's civil complaint was filed in January in the U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. Musk's legal troubles are compounded by his ongoing relationship with political figures, particularly former President Donald Trump. After Musk's acquisition of Twitter, he leveraged the platform to support Trump and other Republican candidates, raising questions about the intersection of social media influence and political campaigns. Musk's investments and endorsements have sparked discussions about ethical considerations in both business and politics, particularly in light of his substantial financial contributions to Trump's campaign efforts. In a broader context, the SEC has faced significant changes under the current administration, which has aimed to streamline operations and reduce regulatory oversight. Recent moves include budget cuts and shifts in policy that could impact the pace at which cases like Musk's are handled. For example, the SEC has reverted to requiring approval from all commissioners for formal investigations, a change that could slow down the agency's capacity to pursue cases involving high-profile individuals. Musk's history with the SEC is not without precedent. He previously settled with the agency over allegations of securities fraud related to his tweets about taking Tesla private, resulting in significant fines and the temporary loss of his role as chairman of the Tesla board. His ongoing interactions with regulatory bodies raise critical questions about accountability and the responsibilities of influential figures in the corporate world. As the legal proceedings unfold, Musk's response is anticipated by April 4. At which point he may opt to challenge the charges or seek dismissal. The outcome of this case could have lasting implications not only for Musk's corporate empire but also for the regulatory landscape governing public disclosures in the tech industry. Looking ahead, the evolving dynamics between high-profile tech entrepreneurs and regulatory bodies will likely remain a focal point in the coming months. With Musk at the center of this latest controversy, observers will be keen to see how this legal battle shapes public perception and the future of corporate governance in the technology sector. In recent weeks, Elon Musk has found himself at the center of multiple controversies, ranging from his ambitious plans for Neuralink to the tumultuous dynamics within his family. As the billionaire tech mogul continues to push the boundaries of innovation with projects like brain-computer interfaces, his personal life is equally scrutinized, particularly his relationships with his children. On March 20, 2025, Musk announced a bold vision for Neuralink, stating his intention to expand its applications to concepts such as telepathy and telekinesis. The revelation comes as the company prepares for a pivotal year in its development trajectory. Musk suggested that in addition to addressing neurological disorders, the technology could eventually enable direct brain-to-brain communication. Imagine a world where thoughts could be shared instantly, he proclaimed during a recent event. While this futuristic concept excites many, it also raises ethical questions about privacy and consent. Moreover, Musk's personal life has come under the spotlight following an interview with his estranged daughter Vivian Jenna Wilson published in Teen Vogue. In a candid discussion, Wilson, who is transgender, expressed her complicated feelings about her father's lack of support during her transition. She revealed, "I do not actually know how many siblings I have if you include half-siblings," highlighting the chaotic nature of her family dynamics. With Musk reportedly fathering 14 children across several relationships, the complexities of familial connections are evident. Wilson's revelations about her family were not merely an emotional outpouring but also a commentary on the public perception of her father. She described Musk as a pathetic man-child, asserting that his wealth and influence do not intimidate her. "I'm not giving anyone that space in my mind," she stated, emphatically drawing attention to the often overshadowed narratives of the personal lives of high-profile figures. Adding to Musk's challenges, he recently faced backlash over a reported Pentagon meeting that was leaked to the press. The meeting was initially thought to involve discussions on U.S. military strategies concerning China, a claim that both the Pentagon and former President Donald Trump vehemently denied. Following the leak, Musk threatened to track down the officials responsible, stating, "I look forward to the prosecution of those at the Pentagon who are leaking maliciously false information." This incident underscores Musk's entanglement in political matters, raising questions about the implications of his influence on national security discussions. As Musk navigates these personal and professional upheavals, the future remains uncertain. The ambitions of Neuralink could redefine human communication and interaction in ways currently unimaginable, yet the ethical ramifications will need careful consideration. Concurrently, the strained relationships within his family highlight the personal cost of fame and fortune, suggesting that even the most successful individuals grapple with the complexities of human connection. As we move forward, the interplay between innovation, ethics, and personal relationships will undoubtedly continue to be a focal point in discussions surrounding Elon Musk.